Hi, I'm Dave Knight with the Dave Knight Real Estate Team, and today's question is a question I get quite a bit. How do you sell your home to buy another? So this is a question that I love helping answer. So I will make this as simple as possible. You have a few options. The first one is the best option. And if you are able to buy your new property without selling your first residence, that's the best way to do it. It puts you in a position of power where you can wait and search until you find that right place, write a non-contingent offer, get it accepted, close that one, then shift all your personal property from old house to new house, and then sell your old property. That's the best way to do it. Now, unfortunately, most people can't do that. They have to sell in order to buy. So that may be you. Let me explain a couple options for you. First way is, let me tell you a story of Mike. We sold Mike's property. We listed it and sold it in Upland. We sold it without any contingencies because Mike was comfortable moving into a rental. So Mike was searching for a home, couldn't find one when we were in escrow, and so he decided to move into a rental. So now he's renting until he finds that right property that's going to be the next best home for him. As soon as he finds that, he'll be able to write a non-contingent offer because he's got all the money from the sale, so he's ready to go writing a non-contingent offer on that new property. So when I talk about being in positions of power, here's what I mean. When you're writing an offer, you have contingencies: loan, appraisal, physical contingency. The less contingencies you have, the stronger the offer. So if you tack on a contingency for the sale of your home, saying that we're going to buy this if we sell our other home, it just makes it could make it a weaker offer. Now, not all the time. So let me give you another example. I was the listing agent on a property in Hastings Ranch. The highest offer was an offer that said they had a contingency on the sale of their property. So they were basically saying, we're going to buy this house, but we've got to sell our house in Highland Park yet. It's not even on the market. Well, I looked at the numbers and I did my research and I said, you know, this is a great property. It's going to sell fast. It's in a desirable area. We shouldn't have a problem with that selling. So they hit the market, sold it within that first 10 days with multiple offers. And we ended up then, they closed on that one. The money came over to my listing and they funded my listing and then they closed it. So that ended up working great because they were willing to pay the most and we accepted an offer that they had contingent on them finding another property. So in that case, they were waiting to find the right place. They wrote an offer on it and they were able to get that accepted. That can happen. That's another option. Another option is you put your residence on the market now and you list it up for sale, and you actually have it in any offer that you accept, you have a contingency on you finding a replacement property. So what's the downside of that? The downside is that buyers don't want to wait around for you to find a replacement property. So the demand could get cut down a little bit. At the same time, if we're in a strong seller's market, buyers don't have many options. And so you can tack on a seller contingency. Now, a good strategy in most of these cases is for you to have a rent back. So a rent back is basically when you sell your current residence, you become a tenant after the close of escrow for 3 days, a week, up to 29 days, or even more. 29 days or less is the most common. This is a great option because once you close, you've got all the money in the bank. It shifts from one escrow to the next. You close on your new one, and even if you do need to do work on your new one, it gives you time to do that work before you, after you close on it, you do the work on the house before you move into it. So that's another good option. Matt and Jenny did that. We sold their condo in Dwardy. We funded their new, bigger house. They did work on their house, and then they didn't have to leave the condo for several weeks, so they were able to move from their old condo into fully remodeled house, move-in ready. That's another good option. Every situation is different, and I love helping look at the pieces of the puzzle and help each person figure out a game plan for shifting from one house to the next. So when you need help, feel free to give us a call. Also, I love your questions, so keep sending questions. When you have something that you want answered, feel free to give me a call or send me an email and I'll add it to my list of questions to answer. In the meantime, make it a great day and we'll see you on the next video.